Hello and welcome to the discourse. Let us talk about the verbs a little more. We have already discussed the verbs, types of verbs and the uses of verbs. But the verb is the most important part of a sentence. So let us talk about the verb a little more. Verbs can be of two types. Transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Transitive means to pass or to transfer or to pass. So a transitive verb is such verb that passes the action from the doer or the subject to the object. So if there is a verb which needs an object and a subject, then it is known as the transitive verb. On the other hand, intransitive verbs are such verbs that are done by the subject but they do not need to pass over to any other object. Let us see some examples. Ramesh kicks a football. Now in this sentence, kicks is the transitive verb. Why? Because if we say Ramesh kicks, then it doesn't make any proper sentence. Ramesh kicks what? We have to tell what is Ramesh kicking? A football. So in this case, the action verb kicks is transferring the action from the doer to the object. Hence it is a transitive verb. Now let us check the examples of some intransitive verbs. Sangeeta laughs loud. Now in this sentence, laughs is the intransitive verb because the doer is laughing, but the action is not being passed to any other object. Similarly, Sunita ran a long distance. Again in this sentence, ran is the verb and it is an intransitive verb because Sunita ran, but you do not need any other object to complete this sentence. We can say Sunita ran and it will be perfect. Sunita ran, it is perfect sentence. Ranjana sleeps. Or there is a flaw in this diamond. In this sentence, is the verb, it is the verb of being and it is an intransitive verb because you do not need any object to explain it. Now apart from transitive and intransitive verb, another major classification of verbs is verbs of incomplete predication. And this is the topic for today. Let us check these sentences. The baby sleeps and the baby seems happy. Now in both these sentences there is an intransitive verb. In the first sentence, sleeps is the intransitive verb. And in the second sentence, seems is the intransitive verb. But when we check the sentence 1, we can simply say the baby sleeps. And it is a proper sentence. It is making a perfect sense. And on the other hand, in the second sentence, we cannot say the baby seems. In the second case, if we say the baby seems, then it is improper. It is not making a complete sentence. Hence, we have to add some word which will complete this sentence. Now, such verbs that need a word to complete the sense of a sentence are known as verbs of incomplete predication. Why? Because if this word is not added to the sentence, then this sentence will not be completed. Hence, this word is essential for this sentence because it contains a verb of incomplete predication, which is not completing the predication. On the other hand, the first sentence here, sleeps is the verb and it is verb of complete predication. We can say the baby sleeps calmly, but calmly is not necessary. We can simply say the baby sleeps because sleeps is a verb of complete predication. On the other hand, the baby seems. In this sentence, you will need to add some other word to complete the sense of this sentence. Hence, it is incomplete predication. The verb seems is verb of incomplete predication. Now, this word happy, which is necessary to complete the sense of this sentence or to complete the sense of this verb of incomplete predication, is known as the complement of the verb of incomplete predication. So this is the difference between verb of incomplete predication and the verb of complete predication. A verb of complete predication does not need any other word in the sentence to complete the sense of that sentence. On the other hand, the verbs of incomplete predication need some extra word to complete the sense of a sentence. Again, the word that is necessary to complete the sense of verb in a sentence. In the previous case it was happy, is known as the complement of the verb or the complement of the predicate. The verbs of incomplete predication usually express the idea of being or becoming or seeming or appearing. Almost all verbs of incomplete predication will either express the idea of being or becoming or seeming or appearing. Similarly, in a sentence, the complement of a verb is usually a noun or an adjective. If it is a noun, then it is known as the predicative noun, and when it is adjective, it is known as the predicative adjective. Also, if the complement expresses the subject or relates to the subject, then it is known as the subjective predicate. Let us check some examples. Tabby is a cat. In this sentence, the verb of incomplete predicate is and the complement of verb is cat. It is a noun. Again, the earth is round. In this sentence, is the verb of incomplete predication and round is adjective. In the third sentence, John became a soldier. It is the verb of incomplete predication and soldier is a noun. Again, Mr. Mehta became mayor. It is a noun. You look happy. In this case, the verb of incomplete predication is look and happy is the adjective. So the complement of verb is an adjective. The sky grew dark. Again, the complement of verb of incomplete predication is an adjective. And the verb of incomplete predication is grew. Roses smell sweet. In this case, again, it is an adjective. She appears pleased. Again, adjective. The man seems tired. Again, an adjective. Sugar tastes sweet. Again, an adjective. The house is to let. It is again an adjective. So, in the case first, third and fourth, we have a noun as the complement of verb of incomplete predication. Hence, all these nouns are the predicative nouns. And in other sentences, round, happy, dark, sweet, pleased, tired, all these are predicative adjective. Now in such sentences in which the complement of a verb of incomplete predication is a noun, that is in case of first, third and fourth. When the complement of verb is a noun, then that noun is in same case as that of a subject, and that case is nominative case. So in any sentence, if the complement of the verb of incomplete predication is a noun, then it will be in the nominative case and it will be in the same case as that of the subject. Now all these examples of verb of incomplete predication are intransitive. Is, became, look, grew, smell, appears, seems, tastes. Is, all these verbs are intransitive verbs. What happens in the case of transitive verbs? Let us see. Transitive verbs are those that require an object to pass the action. However, there are some transitive verbs that not only require the object, but they also require some extra word, some other word to complete the sense of the sentence. And such a transitive verb is known as the verb of incomplete predication. Let us see some examples of verb of incomplete predication of transitive type. Let us check these examples. The boys made Ram captain. In this sentence, Ram is the object, but we cannot have a complete sense of this sentence without adding captain. The boys made Ram. It makes no sense. But if we add captain, then the sentence is complete. Hence, this word captain is the complement of verb of incomplete predicate. That is made. This verb is verb of incomplete predication. Similarly, his parents named him Hari. In this sentence, this word Hari is necessary to be added. If we say his parents named him, then it is not complete sentence. If we add Hari, which is a complement of verb, and the verb is named, then the sentence is complete. Hence, named is a verb of incomplete predicate and we are adding Hari as the complement of verb. In this sentence, the jury found him guilty. Again, if we say the jury found him, then it is not a complete sentence. We need to add guilty or not guilty. In this sentence, the jury found him guilty. Hence, guilty is the complement of verb of incomplete predicate and found is the verb of incomplete predicate. Sanjana called her cousin a liar. In this sentence, if we do not add a liar, then the sentence is incomplete. A liar is necessary. So, liar is the complement of verb. And the verb of incomplete predicate is called. Exercise has made his muscles strong. Again, in this sentence, made is a transitive verb, but strong is necessary to make full sense of this sentence. Exercise has made his muscles. If we say only this, then it is not making complete sentence. But if we add strong, then the sentence is complete. Hence, strong is the complement of verb. And the verb of incomplete predicate is made, which is a transitive verb. Again, I consider the man trustworthy. Trustworthy is the complement of verb. And consider is the verb of incomplete predicate. If I say I consider the man, then it is not making proper sense. We need trustworthy or any other adjective to complete the sense of this sentence. God called the light day. In this sentence, day is the complement of verb. And called is the verb of incomplete predicate. We thought him a rascal. In this sentence, rascal, which is a noun, it is the complement of verb, and thought is the transitive verb, which is also the verb of incomplete predicate. They chose him their leader. Again, if we say they chose him there, then in this sentence we have object, we have subject, and we have verb, but it is not making proper sense. We have to add an helping word which will complete the sense of this sentence, and this word is complement of verb. So while all these verbs in these sentences are transitive verbs, that is, they have an object to complete the sentence, but they also need another word to complete the proper sense of the sentence, and that word is complement of verb. So some transitive verbs also need complement of verb, and such transitive verbs are the verb of incomplete predicate. That is, the verb of incomplete predicate can be transitive and it can also be intransitive. However, in case of intransitive verbs, the complement of verb always describes the subject, hence it is known as the subjective complement. But in these cases of transitive verbs, the helping word or the complement of verb is describing the object. Hence, all these helping words or the complement of verbs are objective complements. That is, generally the intransitive verbs have a subjective complement, but the transitive verbs have the objective complements. In the first sentence, the boys made Ram captain. Captain is a noun. His parents named him Hari. Again, it is a noun. Exercise has made his muscles strong. Strong is a noun. We thought him a rascal. Again, rascal is a noun. Or in these sentences, the complement of verb is a noun, and the case of these nouns is accusative case or the objective case. Accusative case is also known as the objective case. Why? Because all these nouns are related to the object. That is, they are in agreement with the object and they are in accusative case. So, in case of the intransitive verbs, when the complement of verb was a noun, then it was in the nominative case. But here in case of transitive verbs, when the complement of verb is a noun, then it is in the accusative case and it is in agreement with the object. It is relating to the object. So this was all about the verb of incomplete predicate. I hope I explained the transitive verbs, the intransitive verbs and the verb of incomplete predicate properly. I hope you will like this video and please subscribe to the discourse. Thank you.